You had no right. No right to show up at my hospital every single day. No right to bring gifts to my children. No right to make them love you. The coffee cup shakes in her hand. Her voice cracks. The cafe around them goes silent. Strangers pretending not to stare at the beautiful woman falling apart across from the man in the expensive suit. He doesn't move, doesn't defend himself, just watches her with those eyes. Those patient, unbearably kind eyes. You ruined me, she whispers. You destroyed everything I worked for. And now you want to take the only good things I have left. Hello, family. Welcome back to another story. Before we dive deeper into this moment, this breaking point between two people who should never have met, I need to ask something small but meaningful. Please subscribe, not just for me, but for what we're building here together. Every story we share, every view, every subscription helps us support women and children who've survived the unthinkable. Let us know in the comments where you're watching from. Your support gives voice to the voiceless. Now let's go back to where it all began. Her name is Dr. Onioness Winnie, 26 years old. Brilliant, beautiful in a way that makes her life harder, not easier. She graduated top of her class, fought for her internship at City General Hospital in Lagos, and worked doubles to prove she belonged there. But being pretty and smart makes men assume things. Her supervisor assumed. Her colleagues assumed. Patients assumed. She learned to keep her head down, speak only when necessary, never smile too widely, never stay too late alone, until the night she couldn't control any of it anymore. His name is Ethan Badmus, 33 years old, billionaire, self-made after his parents died in the accident that changed everything. He has penthouses, private jets, meetings with presidents, but for 10 years his body hasn't worked. Not the way a man's body should. The accident didn't just take his parents. It took something else. Something the doctors couldn't fix with surgery or pills or therapy. They tried everything. Every specialist. Every treatment. Nothing. Until the night everything changed. Back in the cafe, Winnie's tears finally come. Not the pretty kind. The ugly, gasping kind that make her whole body shake. I was drugged, she says. Each word costs her something. My supervisor, Dr. Oladelli, he gave me tea during my shift. I trusted him. Everyone trusted him. Ethan's jaw tightens. His hands form fists on the table. I didn't know what was happening to me, she continues. I felt like I was burning from the inside. I couldn't think. Couldn't control myself. I stumbled into a VIP room thinking it was empty. Thinking I could just breathe. Just survive until it passed. She looks at him now. Really looks at him. But you were there. The memory crashes over her like a wave. All of it stolen in one drugged, desperate, shameful night. I woke up hours later, she whispers. Alone. Destroyed. I didn't know your name. Didn't know if you'd report me. If I'd lose my license. If I'd go to jail. Her voice drops so low he has to lean forward. So I ran. I packed everything that same night and left Lagos. Left my career. Left everything I'd worked for. And then, Ethan asks gently. So gently it almost breaks her again. She touches her stomach. An old habit from when it was swollen with life. Then I found out I was pregnant. The cafe noises fade. The world narrows to just the two of them. This truth. This moment. With twins. The night it happened, Winnie had been on her feet for 14 hours straight. Her shift should have ended at 6. But Dr. Oladelli asked her to stay. Just a few more hours. They were short-staffed. She was young. She could handle it. She always said yes. That was her problem. Too eager to prove herself. Too afraid that one no would mark her as difficult. Ungrateful. Not a team player. So she stayed. By midnight, the emergency room had finally quieted. The chaos of Lagos traffic accidents and late-night emergencies had eased to a manageable hum. Dr. Oladelli found her in the break room. She was reviewing patient charts, making notes, doing everything right. You worked too hard, he said, smiling. That fatherly smile everyone trusted. Here, I made you tea. You need to rest. The cup was warm in her hands. Comforting. She thanked him. Drank it while reviewing charts. Didn't think twice. Why would she? He was respected. Senior. Married with children. Safe. She finished the tea. 10 minutes later, her skin started burning. At first, she thought it was exhaustion. The fluorescent lights suddenly too bright. The air too thick. Her scrubs felt like sandpaper against her skin. Then the heat came. Not fever heat. Something else. Something that made her body feel like it wasn't hers anymore. Like it was demanding things she'd never wanted. Never even thought about. She stood up. The room tilted. She grabbed the wall. "You okay?" A nurse asked. "Just tired," Winnie lied. "Need air." She stumbled into the hallway. Past the nurse's station. Past the supply closet. Her vision blurred. Her heartbeat thundered in her ears. The VIP wing. Quiet. Private. She could hide there. Just for a moment. Just until this passed. She pushed open the door to VIP room 2. It wasn't empty. Ethan Badmus sat on the examination table, still dressed in his business suit. Waiting. This was his last attempt. His final hope. A new specialist who claimed to have unconventional methods. Ethan didn't believe in miracles anymore. But he was here anyway. 10 years of failure had taught him not to expect anything. The door burst open. A woman stumbled in. Young. Beautiful. Her eyes unfocused. She looked at him like she was drowning, and he was air. "I'm sorry," she gasped. "I'm so sorry. I don't." She collapsed against the door, her whole body trembling. Ethan stood up. "Are you okay? Should I call someone?" "No." The word came out sharp. Desperate. "No one. Please. I just need." She couldn't finish. Her hands clawed at her scrubs, at her own skin, like she was trying to escape her own body. He'd seen drug reactions before. His company funded medical research. He knew the signs. "You've been drugged," he said quietly. "Let me get help." "No." She lunged forward, grabbed his arms, her grip surprisingly strong. "Please. They'll fire me. I'll lose everything. Please." Her face was so close to his, tears streaming, pupils dilated, and then she kissed him. Ethan tried to pull back, tried to be gentle. She wasn't in control, wasn't choosing this. But then something happened, something that hadn't happened in 10 years. His body responded, after a decade of nothing, of dead nerves and failed treatments and humiliation. After countless doctors telling him it was psychological, permanent, irreversible, his body worked. The shock of it paralyzed him, just for a moment, just long enough for her to pull him down, for desperation and miracle to collide in the worst possible way. Hours later, Ethan woke alone. The room was dark, his clothes disheveled, his mind racing. It worked. After 10 years, it finally worked. But the woman was gone. No name, no note, nothing but the faint scent of hospital soap and the memory of her tears. He searched the room, the hallways, asked the night staff about a young female doctor. Got nowhere. She'd vanished like a ghost, taking his miracle and his shame with her. Winnie didn't remember getting home that night. She woke up in her small apartment, still wearing her scrubs, dried tears on her face, her body aching in ways that confirmed her worst nightmare. It happened. It really happened. She ran to the bathroom and vomited, then sat on the cold tile floor, hugging her knees, trying to remember exactly what she'd done. Fragments came back. His face, his shock, his hands trying to push her away before her drugged body took what it wanted. What Dr. Oladelli's poison made her crave. She'd assaulted someone, a patient, a man who'd done nothing wrong except be in that room when she stumbled through the door. Her medical license, her career, her entire future, gone. And worse, much worse, she didn't even know his name. She didn't go back to the hospital. Not that day. Not ever. She called in sick for 3 days straight, then sent her resignation letter by email. Cited family emergency. Didn't answer when her supervisor called, when her colleagues texted. Dr. Oladelli sent flowers to her apartment. The card read, "Hope you feel better soon. We miss you." She threw them in the dumpster, then threw up again. Within a week, she'd packed everything she owned into 2 suitcases, bought a bus ticket to Abuja, left Lagos at dawn without telling anyone where she was going. She was running. She knew it, but staying felt impossible. Every corner of Lagos held that hospital, that night, that shame. Abuja was far enough, big enough to disappear in, start over in. She found a small room to rent, applied to 3 hospitals, got accepted as an intern at Federal Medical Center. A step down from City General, but she didn't care. She just needed to survive, to forget, to rebuild something from the ruins of that one terrible night. For 3 weeks, she almost convinced herself she could. Then her period didn't come. The pregnancy test sat on her bathroom sink for an hour before she could look at it. 2 lines. Clear. Unmistakable. Impossible. She'd been a virgin. One encounter. One drugged, uncontrolled, nightmarish encounter. And now this. She bought 3 more tests. All positive. Went to a clinic. Blood tests confirmed it. 8 weeks along. The doctor smiled warmly, asked about the father. Winnie said he was working overseas. Lied easily because the truth was unspeakable. I don't know his name. I assaulted him while drugged. He's probably traumatized. And now I'm carrying his child. She considered options. Quietly, privately, sat in a clinic waiting room for 2 hours before walking out. Not because of religion, not because of judgment, but because despite everything, despite the horror of how it happened, this baby wasn't to blame. This tiny life growing inside her hadn't asked to be created in chaos and shame. And maybe, this baby was the only good thing that could come from the worst night of her life. She decided to keep it, alone, in secret, in a city where no one knew her story. The pregnancy was difficult, morning sickness that lasted all day, exhaustion that made her 12-hour shifts feel like torture, and the loneliness, the crushing, suffocating loneliness of carrying a secret no one could ever know. Her co-workers asked about the father. She said he died in an accident. Another lie, easier than the truth. At 20 weeks, the ultrasound technician's eyes widened. "Congratulations," she said. "You're having twins." Winnie stared at the screen. 2 tiny heartbeats. 2 small bodies curled together like they were protecting each other. Twins. She laughed, then cried, then laughed again until the technician looked concerned. Of course it was twins. Of course the worst night of her life would multiply, would demand twice the sacrifice, twice the love, twice the reminder of what happened. But looking at those 2 small shapes on the screen, something shifted inside her. They were hers, wholly, completely hers, and she would love them fiercely enough to make up for how they came into this world. 5 years later, Jason and Jade would be her entire world, her reason for surviving, her proof that beauty could grow from ashes. But first, she had to make it through the birth, through the years of single motherhood, through the exhaustion and fear and desperate love. She had no idea that in 5 years, a little boy would bump into a stranger in a hospital corridor, and her carefully built life would shatter all over again. How did Winnie survive raising twins alone? And what was Ethan doing during those 5 lost years? Subscribe to continue this journey. The next chapter reveals the reunion that changes everything. Drop a comment and let us know where you're watching from. Your support means the world. 5 years passed like a dream and a nightmare twisted together. Winnie raised Jason and Jade alone, worked double shifts, survived on 3 hours of sleep, watched her babies grow into bright, beautiful children who asked questions she couldn't answer. "Where's our daddy?" Jason asked when he turned 4. "Heaven," Winnie whispered. The lie tasted like poison. "He's watching over you from heaven." It was easier than the truth. Easier than saying, "I don't know his name. I don't know if he hated me. I don't know if he reported me or just tried to forget." She built a life in Abuja. Small, quiet, safe. The twins were her everything. Her reason to wake up. Her proof that she could survive anything. But she never stopped looking over her shoulder. Never stopped fearing the day her past would find her. Ethan spent those same 5 years searching. He went back to City General Hospital the next morning. Asked about the young female doctor from the night before. Described her. Begged for information. The staff was confused. Protective. Patient privacy, they said. "We can't help you," they said. He hired private investigators. Searched through hospital records, legally, then less legally. Found nothing. She'd resigned. Disappeared. Left no forwarding address. No trace. His body continued working. The miracle remained. He could function like a normal man again after 10 years of nothing. But it felt hollow. Empty. Wrong. Because it came from her pain. Her drugged desperation. Her violation of him. And his accidental violation of her inability to consent. He needed to find her. To understand what happened. To know if she was okay. To apologize for not stopping it, even though he tried. Even though his shock paralyzed him. 5 years of searching. 5 years of dead ends. 5 years of living with a miracle that felt like a curse. Then business brought him to Abuja. A hospital investment opportunity. Federal Medical Center needed funding for a new wing. Ethan's company specialized in medical facility development. He walked through the hospital corridors with the administrator, discussing budgets, reviewing plans, his mind half present, until a small body crashed into his legs. "Oof," The little boy bounced backward, landed on his bottom, looked up with wide eyes. "Sorry, mister," he chirped. "I was running from my sister." Ethan knelt down automatically, helped the boy up. "You okay?" "I'm okay. I'm Jason. I'm 5. My mommy works here. She's a doctor. She says I shouldn't run, but sometimes I forget." Something about the boy's face struck Ethan. Something familiar he couldn't place. "Jason." A little girl ran up. Identical face. Same bright eyes. Mommy said wait. Twins. "You must be the sister," Ethan smiled. "I'm Jade. That's Jason. He never listens." "Do too." "Do not." Ethan laughed. The sound surprised him. He hadn't really laughed in years. "Jason." "Jade." A woman's voice. Sharp with worry. "What did I tell you about running in the—" She rounded the corner. Time stopped. Winnie froze. Her face went white. The files in her hands slipped, scattered across the floor. Their eyes met. 5 years collapsed into nothing. The hospital corridor disappeared. There was only this moment. This recognition. This impossible, terrible, miraculous reunion. "You," she whispered. Ethan stood slowly, his heart hammering. "You." Jason tugged his mother's coat. "Mommy? You okay?" Winnie couldn't breathe, couldn't move. This wasn't happening. Not here. Not now. Not with her children standing right there. She grabbed the twins' hands. "We have to go." "But Mommy." "Now." She pulled them away. Didn't look back. Her legs shook. Her vision blurred. She made it to the staff bathroom before collapsing against the door. He was here. In Abuja. In her hospital. After 5 years of running, of hiding, of building a life from ashes, he'd found her. Or fate had thrown them together again. Outside the bathroom, Jason's confused voice. "Why did Mommy run away from the nice man?" And Jade's response, "I don't know." But she looked scared. Ethan stood in the corridor long after they disappeared. His mind racing. His hands trembling. Those children. Those twins. 5 years old. The timeline crashed over him like a wave. He found the hospital administrator. "That doctor. The one with the twins. What's her name?" "Dr. Winnie? She's one of our best. I need to see her personnel file." "Sir, I can't." "Please." Ethan's voice cracked. "Please. It's important." The administrator studied his face. Saw something there. Something desperate and broken and real. "Follow me." Will Winnie run again? Or will Ethan's patient pursuit finally break through her walls? Subscribe to see how a chance encounter becomes the beginning of healing, or the end of everything. The next chapter is the finale you won't want to miss. Comment below where you're watching from. Ethan came back the next day, and the day after that, and every single day for 3 months. He didn't force conversations, didn't corner her in hallways, just appeared, quietly, consistently, like sunrise. Sometimes he brought small gifts. A coloring book for Jade, a toy car for Jason. Left them at the nurse's station with a note. No pressure, just thinking of them. Winnie watched from a distance, her heart at war with itself. "Run," her fear screamed. "Protect your children. Protect yourself." "But stay," something else whispered. "Let him try. Let him prove he's safe." The twins loved him immediately. Children sense goodness the way flowers sense light. Jason showed him drawings. Jade told him stories. They asked when the nice man was coming back. And slowly, so slowly Winnie didn't notice until it had already happened, her walls began to crack. It was Jade who finally broke her. "Mommy," she said one evening while Winnie braided her hair. "Is the nice man our daddy?" Winnie's hands froze. "What? Why would you?" "Jason says he looks like us. Says maybe daddy came back from heaven." Tears burned behind Winnie's eyes. "Baby, it's complicated. You always say that when something is sad, out of the mouths of children. Truth like knives." That night, Winnie couldn't sleep. She stared at the ceiling. Thought about 5 years of running. 5 years of lies. 5 years of denying her children the truth because she was terrified. Terrified of judgment. Of losing them. Of facing what happened. But Ethan hadn't judged. Hadn't blamed. Hadn't demanded anything. He'd just shown up. Day after day. Patient as mountains. Kind as rain. Maybe, it was time to stop running. She called him the next morning. Asked him to meet her at a café. Neutral ground. Public. Safe. That's where we found them at the beginning of this story. Where Winnie shattered. Where the truth finally came out. "I was drugged," she told him again, needing him to understand. "The twins are yours. I raised them alone because I was ashamed. Because I thought you'd hate me. Because I destroyed your life." Ethan reached across the table, took her trembling hands in his steady ones. "You didn't destroy anything," he said quietly. "You survived something terrible. You protected our children. You gave them love when I didn't even know they existed. But I forced myself on you. You were drugged, poisoned by someone you trusted. That wasn't consent. Not for you. Not for me. We were both victims that night." The words broke something open inside her. 5 years of shame. 5 years of carrying blame that was never hers to carry. She wept, right there in the cafe. Ugly, gasping sobs that emptied her out. And Ethan just held her hands. Waited. Didn't rush her. Didn't make it about him. The healing didn't happen overnight. Ethan met the twins properly. Sat them down with Winnie. Explained in simple words that he was their father. That he'd been looking for them. That he wanted to be part of their lives if Mommy said it was okay. Jason climbed into his lap immediately. "I knew it. Jade, I told you." Jade was more cautious. Studied him with old eyes and a young face. "Will you leave again?" "Never," Ethan promised. "I will never leave you. Not by choice. Not ever." It was enough. For now. Months passed. Then a year. Then 2. Ethan moved to Abuja. Started a foundation supporting survivors of workplace assault. Made sure Dr. Oladelli faced justice, quietly, thoroughly, permanently. He courted Winnie slowly, respectfully. Let her set every boundary, every pace, every rule, until the day she kissed him. Sober, willing, choosing. "I love you," she whispered against his mouth. "I don't know when it happened, but I do. I've loved you since the day you ran from me in that corridor," he smiled. "Took you long enough to catch up." They married in a small ceremony. Jason and Jade as ring bearers, both crying happy tears. 3 years later, Winnie gave birth to their 3rd child, a daughter, Grace. The hospital room filled with family. The twins fighting over who got to hold the baby first. Ethan watching his wife with wonder. His miracle. His redemption. "We made it," Winnie whispered, exhausted and glowing. "We did," Ethan agreed. "We really did. Because sometimes the worst night of your life is just the painful beginning of the beautiful life you were always meant to live. Sometimes broken things heal stronger than they were before. And sometimes, just sometimes, love finds a way through impossible darkness into extraordinary light." Thank you for staying with us through Winnie and Ethan's journey. If this story touched you, please subscribe. Your support helps us share more stories and support real survivors of trauma. Let us know in the comments what you thought and where you're watching from. Until next time, family. Until next time.